Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. This is Divinus Divine in the house, and I'm just taking a stroll over in the other section from where I live at, next door. So, I wanted to come and talk with you today about us getting ready to make this change. I know you hear a lot of people saying, time to wake up, time to ascend, time to, don't be stuck in the third dimension, don't be stuck in the matrix. And basically, what they're referring to is waking up your spiritual energy and understanding that really you're not supposed to identify with what you've been doing to identify yourself. A lot of people identify themselves with clothing. You are not your jeans. A lot of people try to identify themselves with a lot of things, from clothing. Some people identify themselves with cars. You've seen it. You've seen the people who, what they do is, they they will get in a car, and it's almost like they take on the persona of the car. And so, these are some of the things that people are doing that they don't realize they're doing. And I'm just sitting down in this tire swing because it's fun. But they don't realize that what they're doing is not who they are. A lot of people, they identify themselves by, their name, their car, their clothes, their wealth status, their YouTube status, their Facebook status. And sometimes if you don't watch it, a lot of times people get cocky enough, and even when trying to teach people, they get caught up in the status of, hey, I know all of this. Because, really speaking, honestly speaking, we all have this information. It's just our job as the chosen ones, in which chosen, we all are chosen ones. It's just a matter of who's waking up and who's ready. It's about us passing on spiritual information, information for pertaining to this dimension, information pertaining to, the ascending, in which ascending means no longer thinking with your lower level of spiritual thinking. And I guess I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. But it teaches, sorry about that, y'all. It teaches you, in teaching you rather, reminding you of the information that you already have stored inside. We'd forgotten it. And the reason why is because with all the distractions, even the music, I was telling people about 10 years ago, not only do you have to be careful of the tones, but as a person who's an artist myself, and because I've done it, not on a bad level, but on the level of, you can say things and you'll have words hidden in there. Like you'll whisper ad-libs in the background. It's just that serious. So, especially in a lot of other music, you see them, turning the record backwards or playing it backwards. And there's a way you do that, and they know this. And it helps actually cast spells upon you. And you don't realize that that's what's going on. I'm going to give you a really, really, really good example of this. A good example of this is Lil Jon. Now, Lil Jon, if anybody ever served a purpose. Little John, Little John did it. His agenda, fight, chaos. That was his agenda. Now he had some other stuff that was sex and all that, but for the most part, his agenda was chaos. And I remember, when I realized exactly how deep it was concerning the artists in Hollywood, or the people who get, like the Hunger Games, elected up to the position. When I seen 4 young men in Portland, Oregon, in their car, and his song was playing, and it was the song, when you go up in the club, what you gonna do? Shoot, what you gonna do? And I mean, they had the car rocking back and forth. 2 in the back had their arms hanging out. The one had the front door open with his leg hanging out, and the other one had like a pistol on the side. True story. And so that's why we have to be careful about what kind of music we listen to, especially your kids. And my channel, I know I tried to do my channel different because I don't want to be repetitious in what it is that I'm teaching that's already being taught, like your infinite waters, your spiritual souls, your Maddie Mays, all of them. I wanted to touch base on some things that I've been through that were really deep, that we're going to be able to relate to. And not only is it detrimental for you not to do this, so that you can wake up out of the matrix and stop with the hypnosis, the hypnotizing, the casting of spells. If you have children, if you have youth, it's important for you to not get locked in the matrix. They're depending on you to do the right thing. They're depending on you to guide them. And so if you're asleep, and if you're already in the program, okay, and you are not letting them, you're not letting them program you, but if you're letting them guide you, now what chance does the people in your household have? Or if you're not in your household and you go visit your child, see, or youth or teenager, young man, young lady, they depend on you to do it right. I'm gonna give you an example. One time, okay, I was over on Military Drive, and there was about 3 teenagers. They were anywhere between 14 to 16. That was the age ranges, and they was listening to a song back in 2000. What year was that? 2008, 2009, 2007, 8 or 9. And in the song, this is what the guy was saying. And they were dancing to it, but they didn't realize what was being said. And so what they danced, how the song was going was, it was going like, ooh wee, I'ma take you home with me. I got money in the bank, my love. Money in the bank, my love. Sweet, 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 sweet. I live the fast life. And so I explained to them the reason, and I pulled them. I was like, hey, you 3, come here, because that's me. When I live in a community and there's kids in the community, and the way that it's supposed to go is when you see people not doing right, or you see kids not doing right, and their parents is not there, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to step up, you're supposed to do the right thing, and you're supposed to let the kids know. Then you're supposed to let their parents know, so that their parents know what's going on, because sometimes parents don't keep up with everything. And so being part of a community, I told the 3 girls, I was like, come over here. Do you understand what this song is saying? And they were like, oh, I like the beat of the song. I like this. I like that. And so the truth of the matter was, I explained to them, I said, look, this is what the song is saying. The man is going to a club, okay? And the young lady is digging the guy. And he's telling her that he's going to treat her like a prostitute. because he has money in the bank. And he's going to take her home with him. He's not speaking of love. He's not speaking of respect. He's not doing any of that. What he's doing is, what the song is doing is leveling the woman down. Okay? And for some reason, one or the other, America loves to talk about sex and violence. I don't know what's up with that, but it's the truth. So, the story goes like this. So you got to be careful to the type of music that you listen to. You got to be careful in how you can tell what type of music is what type of music. Hey, it's the cute babies. How you can tell what type of music is what type of music. All you got to do is listen to the words. All you have to do is listen to the hello. All you have to do is listen to the background. Because a lot of music that they play, a lot of music that's being played, a lot of it is programming our youth. And so our youth think that these guys are walking around with all these chains and these cars, and it's rented. It's not even their stuff. They be faking it, okay? They don't even have this. And then when they try to make, they make a young girl think that the way that, you know, the way to get a guy is, oh yeah, I want a guy to be like this or like that. And that's so far from the truth. So it's important that you first get right. You know, you get right. It's time for you to wake up. It's time we got a lot going on in the world. It's time for everybody to get their hearts right. It's time for people not to let the matrix program you, okay? And it's time for you to move forward. And like I said, especially if you're a parent, especially if you're in care of kids, you have to know the right thing to do. And the reason why you have to know the right thing to do, because it's going to be your job to raise up them babies the correct way. If you're not raising up the babies in the correct way, if they see you going astray, now what? If they see you going astray, what are you going to do? I mean, you know, so I'm not saying that, gosh, they just can't listen to the right. But you know what? If you want to twist it a little bit, because really the music has gotten off the chain. I'm going to keep it real with you. They don't care. They present these thoughts, and they present these women that present themselves as loose or as gangster. And the little girls be thinking that this is okay. Like Cardi B. Cardi B is not cool, y'all. I like her. Let me say something. I like her style, okay? I like her music, as in, I like the beats. I like where she has the potential to go, but I don't like the presentation that she's given to our youth, because the presentation that she's given, what she's presenting to the youth of America and around the world, because other countries is, believe me you when I tell you that when something goes on in America, it is put in other countries too, because America's the template for some reason. Why, I wouldn't know. Because a lot of your other countries are actually more loving. The communities are more together, okay? But at the end of the day, here's how it goes. She could be doing so much more. She could empower in such a better way. But just like she said, and I don't know if you saw the like right after the NFL, she had put out a YouTube video, right? And she was saying that there's things that she wants to say, but she doesn't want to say it because she fears for her life. And that goes back to a lot of you all. Y'all say, you know, Extension, you say Nipsey Hussle, and that football player is woke. But let me tell you something. At the end of the day, here's how it goes. When you sign the contract, okay? When you sign the contract, when you go for their agenda, you've signed your soul away. You can come back and you can help 20, 30 starving kids. At the end of the day, that's not helping you get your soul back. You can do all the good, okay? It's not helping you get your soul back. And I'm going to give you the answer to what it was. I guess we're going into a little double thing here. I'm going to give you the answer to what it is. In order to get out, you have to relinquish and give it up. You do. Literally. Now, depending on what rank you are in, if you're like in a high rank, like your Beyonces are and your Jay-Z's are, if you're like really high ranking, it takes a battle. It's going to take a battle because these people aren't playing about their agenda. These beings aren't playing about their agenda. These aliens aren't playing about their agenda. These reptiles are not playing about their agenda. And people like me, people like us who start telling people the truth, oh, don't think that stuff don't start happening when you do it. Soon as you get started, and then that's when you have to you have to gate yourself, and you have to be ready. You have to be ready. It's Margaret. You have to be ready. You have to be ready to fight back. And what do you mean, Diviness Divine, when you say fight back? What does it mean to be ready to fight back? Well, what that means is no matter what comes your way, no matter who says what, no matter what the test is, you have to stand strong on your belief system. And you have to push. And I mean, you literally have to push. And when you push, be all right. That's what it comes down to, everybody. This is no joke. The battle has been going on. The battle for you, the battle for your family, the battle for your youth. Especially the youth. They ain't got enough, so they stopped the abortion law. They made the abortion law. They're like, we need more kids. You know, they get ready to get rid of some folk. Okay? You better pay attention. This Diviness Divine. I'm out. Shout out to those who help re-encourage me. You know who you are. And I ain't got nothing but love for you. So until I see you again, talk to you later.